Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hakim bin MD of ADM551, and I will be discussing on the importance of identifying red flags in an interview. So, in an interview, it is important to select the best candidate for hire, as a wrong hiring can cost an organization a lot of money in terms of training and orientation, or maybe conducting a new interview process for a new hire. And a good candidate will lead an organization towards success either professionally or personally. So these are several importance of hiring the right candidate. One of the importance of hiring the right candidate is reduce time. Employees that are filled with experience and already possess necessary skills require less time for training and orientation. Also supervision from the superiors. Meanwhile, employees with performance and lack necessary skill will demand more time at the same time, release the organization return of investment. The second is decrease workload. The best candidate can cause reduction of workload faced by other employees of the organization. Thus, it can produce more output efficiently and effectively. Thirdly, the selection process can reflect the human resources decision making. A good hire is a reflection of the organization's decision making, as they will hire candidates according to what they decide in the description and requirements of the job. A good candidate will promise the organization's reputation and gratification. So, selection process plays a crucial part in determining the reputation of the organization. The fourth point is adaptability of work culture. This culture is also important as any other essentials when selecting a candidate. A great employee will be able to adapt in whatever work environments that was offered. New candidates might possess necessary skills needed in the job description but tend to lack in corporate culture of an organization. Therefore, it is essential to consider experience in corporate culture when selecting a candidate. The fifth point is increase in productivity. A right candidate can be beneficial to an organization as they will use profit. Candidates that possess expertise as well as experience tends to influence and motivate others to be more productive. Employees with enough corporate intelligence is more valuable than employees that only solely possess skills. It will be a possibility that these employees can be a playmaker of the organization and hide the organization's profit. Lastly, it can reduce costs. Recruiting process may cost the organization a fortune. However, after hiring a right candidate, it may eventually give possible returns. A good employee will cost less in terms of training and orientation as they are experienced and familiar with environments of the job. Therefore, it is crucial to carefully select candidates during the recruiting process, and it can determine the downfall of the organization. It is important to not rush the recruiting process, and most companies hire wrongly because most of the time they rush to fill a vacancy. Thank you very much. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fikri bin Yusof. So, I will explain about the solution for the red flag in job interview. So, the first solution that we gain is employers should provide a full information about the interview. It is about when organization open a new position to others, the organization should provide a specific information about the interview session, such as exact time, location, in order to avoid the candidates confused and did not get enough information. So next, human resources department should be aware of the changing work culture. Whether company are aware or not, many companies has its own culture without direction and positive influences. Negative factors can take hold, shaping companies' culture in a way that can benefit their business. Example, the element of conducive working environment nowadays is very important to support employee to work effectively to achieve organizational target. Thirdly, provide more benefit to the candidates. Interviewer may provide many benefit to the candidates such as bonus, vacation, and others. When achieve certain target to boost their morale, it is important to make them loyal to organization and avoid any red flag in issue area. So, next is human resource should prepare a script for the interview so that unnecessary question can be avoided. HR department can also provide any script to the candidates to be more ready and prepared to enter the interview. When the HR department prepares some script, the selected candidate can make a revision about organization and be more prepared about the question that will be asked in the interview session. Last but not least, employers should use other interview method. Employers should be aware to make the process of interview session easier, such as to use another method of interview, such as online interview, and make telephone pre-screen interview. It may be useful for assessing whether applicants' qualification, experience, skills, and salaries needed are compatible with the position and the organization. Telephone interviews are often used to a narrow field of applicants who will be invited for in-person interview. During the pre-screen stage, the interviewer should ask the applicant enough carefully prepared question to determine whether he or she is a viable candidate for the position. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. We are group 5 from class AM228 and our topic is about red flag in job interview. My name is Muhammad Amirul bin Zahari and I will explain about the introduction of this topic and a little bit about the main discussion issues. Interview red flags are bling movement. They are typically signs that an employee won't see within the long run. However, if a candidate has potential, it's going to be worth addressing a number of these issues with interview feedback. Thus, a red flag in job interview famously known as things that should not happen while in the interview session that will cause the candidate to lose their job opportunity from the company. There are many issues will arise during job interview sessions, and the first issues is attire ethic. First impression of people is important that because that will generate idea about candidates' attitude, working style, and discipline in the workplace. It is a crucial things because each of candidate need to dress professionally for interview sessions. Thus, every company have their own dress code that bind all employee in the company to show the professionalism when deal with other outside company. Everyday candidate needs to put effort into their appearance to show that their ability to follow directions. The second issue is tardiness. Tardiness is a bad behavior shown by candidates. Tardiness means that the candidate is arriving late to the interview sessions with or without strong reason. When arriving more than a few minutes late for a job interview is likely to have a negative impact on an employer's impression of candidates. Candidates' tardiness may influence their chance of getting the job. With job interviews, avoid being late at all costs. In situations where they just can't help being late, use this tip to deal with tardiness to a job interview as effectively as possible, such as call in advance, compile with strong reasons, and made sincerely apologize.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Adam bin Muhammad Usairi. Today I would like to talk about the general issue that occurs during the job interview. Alright, first of all, one of the issue that usually occurs, which is the candidates are too demanding. When we talk about the demand, the candidate usually demand regarding their job salary. They shouldn't be demanding regarding that particular reason. However, they can asking for something like flexible working hours. By being too demanding, this can show a bad impression toward the interviewer. At the end of the day, the interviewer will find someone who will care less about their salary instead of but they will find someone who are willing to learn. Other than that, another issue is a job hopping. This is the indication of the commitment phobia. This also shows the lack of professionalism and skill set. And at the end of the day, company will find someone who is dedicated and will follow the company. Will follow the company through thick and thin. Besides that, lack of communication skills also the usual the normally issues that always occurs among the candidates. Communication skill, the goal of communication skill is to sell themselves as the most qualified for the job, answering the interviewer question with knowledgeable and detailed answer. Usually among the job interview, most of the question are predictable format of questioning. Interview questions are usually traditional and behavior based. The candidate with a lack of communication skill might not be taken as to work with the company, as the working industry need the communication skill the most. Last but not least, the lack of eye contact. The eye contact is to show the confidence that the candidate have during the job interview. The more the eye contact, the more the confidence they are. This also shows that they are serious regarding the job position that the company offers for the job interview. With the eye contact, the interviewer will feel hurt and appear likable. That's all for me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Ahmad Fahmi bin Ahmad Fauzi, and I will continue with the implications of red flag signs during interview. The first application is about the sign of unpreparedness attending the interview. How you present yourself displays your working behavior. When you show signs that you do not know anything about the hiring company, and this also includes bringing an incomplete resume, this shows that you are not well prepared to attend the interview. Usually, employer will give questions to the candidate about how can my company be improved from the view of a candidate. These kind of questions do assess your capabilities on critical questions, but it also assess your preparedness to attend the interview for the hiring company. Sometimes employer will give times for the candidate to give a list of questions about the company to show that they are prepared to be hired for the company. Next, the second implications is about the bad style attend to the interview. A neat attire but not appropriate is not a sign of lethargy, but it indicates a poor fit for the company culture. The signs of bad style can be seen from the unkept hair, wrinkles or messy clothes, and dirty fingernails. These are the signs of not a bad worker, but it indicates laziness, poor attention to details, and less interest to the job. This will lead to less chance in securing the job for the candidate. Furthermore, the third implication is about late arrival of candidate to the interview. A good team member will arrive 10 to 15 minutes earlier as a sign of respect for your time to arrive for the sessions, and this also includes during interview sessions. A research found that an executive director from Creative Group found that 7 out of 10 of employers discount candidates who do not at least acknowledge their late arrival. Candidates should play safe and call the company if they have troubles in attending the interview. Again, your behavior during the interview do displays your working behavior. The fourth implications is about the signs of bad attitude given by the candidate. Employer do not want to hire unqualified candidate just because they lied, but neither they do not want to hire qualified candidate that they dislike. The next team member should be a good fit to the corporate culture. Despite having the right individual skill set, experience and qualifications are the important baseline to assess capabilities, but they are not sufficient. This is because skills can be trained, but not attitude. Employers will check candidates' cultural fitment to organization value, working environment. The most capable employee who do not work well with the team shows that they are a worthless employee. That's all from me. Thank you.